guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, I'm doing the second part of my Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me questions over my Instagram. I love my Instagram handle right here in case you guys want to be involved in the next Q&A that I film. I'm not sure when I will do that, but obviously if you see it on Instagram then you'll know. Also, before I get started, I'd like to apologize for missing last week's Wednesdays and Fridays video. The reason why is because Cooper got sick again. We had to take him back to the vet. Thankfully he is home now and he seems to be doing a lot better, but if you guys can, or if you guys are religious, can you guys keep Cooper in your thoughts and prayers? But yeah, I didn't want to like fake my emotions last week, and I feel like my last two videos I was kind of a little bit depressing because of it, so I just took those 2 days off and I'm really sorry about that. Also, before I get started, if you don't know who I am, hello, I'm Kelly, and on my channel and my husband's channel we talk about all things marriage and home and everything in between of those two things. But we are actually coming up on our first year married on May 24th, so yeah, these questions are more towards being a newlywed and things about that. But yeah, if you guys have any interest in wanting to know about more of that, stick around. So the first question I got asked is how you be financially stable on your own. Currently, I do not work, but my husband is in the military, so we have like our rent paid for us because like we wouldn't live here if my husband wasn't in the military pretty much. So the military does pay for a lot of our living expenses. Other than that, we really do very well with saving. Honestly, I think that it's really easy to live below your means, and we do that very easily. With me not even working, I don't have a full-time job. I do make a little bit of extra money off of Poshmark and doing like Instacart and stuff like that, but other than that, I don't have a full-time job or anything, and we do make do. Like, I'm not saying we're filthy rich. The military does not pay you as much as a lot of people think that they pay you, and for especially like what they do in their job. But we do have pet insurance and we have a lot of things insured in case something goes wrong. So we pay like a little fee every month for Cooper, and a lot of these vet bills will be refunded just because of the insurance that we have. So if you guys want me to do a little budget video, please let me know. I'm not saying that we know everything because I for sure do not know a lot about money. Like, don't quote me on anything, but we do save a lot. The second question I got asked is it hard being married when your friends are not? I would say no. For me, it is kind of hard a little bit to relate to a lot of people, especially that we are married, or more so for them to relate to me pretty much. But I am very lucky that a lot of my friends are so supportive of me being married and also are so welcoming to Brendan. But my friends are very, very, very kind. They have never like been like, can you just like hang out with us? Like, they're always so welcoming of Brendan. So I am very lucky with that, but it is kind of hard to have them relate. But I have a lot of friends that are also married, and it's really nice to just have like that real connection of like, oh, you're married as well, like we can talk about those things. The next question I got asked is how do you pay the adult bills like rent, mortgage, car payment, and things like that. Again, the military does pay for our rent. We do not own a house, so we don't have a mortgage, and everything else is kind of just we save for it. Like, we budget out all of the money that we have and put it to things that like we have to pay, like car payment, Wi-Fi, things like that that are recurring payments, like also Cooper's medical bills, like, or his insurance. That's what I'm thinking of. But everything in between we just save. I think half roughly of what our spending play money is, and half of the half goes to groceries and things like that. And we have like a very small fund of like, oh, fun money, but that's usually like split in half for each of us. So like each of us get to either save that for like a big thing or yada yada. Like my camera was my saving money, like my half money, you know, like I don't know. So yeah, we save a lot. I will do a video on budgeting and everything if you guys want me to do that, but it's really kind of foolproof for us. It's kind of easy. Like, I am the saver in our relationship and Brendan is definitely the spender, but luckily he's one of those people that if I get him to think things through, he will like realize like, oh, I don't actually need that, or I don't really want that. The fourth question I got asked is how hard is it to actually plan a wedding? And so I don't know if like a lot of people know this, but we didn't really have a traditional wedding. We had just our immediate family and they flew out to San Diego and we got married on a ship. It was a dinner cruise and it was so nice. It's a very fond memory to look back on, even I cannot believe it's almost been a year. But yeah, we definitely did not have a traditional wedding. Not the type of person that wants everybody looking at me, and I really just could not let my parents spend as much as a traditional wedding would be, just because it's not me. I'm not the type of person that wants everybody looking at me. But yeah, to each their own. If you want a huge wedding, have a huge wedding. Just know that it's a lot of work, and I'm just not that type of person that wants to do all of that. So the next question I got asked is, do you ever worry that you got married too young and that your love is not going to last? I feel like everybody worries about this regardless of what age you get married. I personally do not think love is enough for a marriage to last. I think that a marriage lasts because those two people that get married want to make it last. I think that love is just an emotion and it goes in and out at any given time. And if you're just basing your marriage off of love or your relationship off of love, I don't think it's going to withstand. I think that a marriage has to do with the two people loving each other, but you don't have to be in love with each other at all times. Like, you obviously want to be in love with each other at all times, but you're going to go in and out in different waves of emotions. But I think that it takes more so willpower and the want to stay married to make your marriage last. Because love does come and go, but at the end of the day, if you know that both of you are going to work through everything, then that is what should make your marriage last. So the next question I got asked is who paid for the wedding, and it was my parents, but also everybody else paid for their flights and their hotel rooms. So yeah. The next question is, why didn't you wait to get married? And obviously this is going to be different for a lot of people. For me, I just did not want to have like a full-blown wedding. There was nothing stopping us from getting married just because we both wanted to be married. That's pretty much what it is. We both wanted to be married, and that's why we got married younger and not waited. But yeah, neither of us wanted A, a long engagement, and B, a huge wedding. So we just cut all of those off and just had the wedding that we wanted. The next question I got asked is, would you suggest getting married young? And obviously, I wouldn't suggest getting married young. Obviously, if somebody came to me saying like, oh yeah, I want to get married and everything like that, I'd be so excited for them. But it's not like I'm going to be like, yeah, you should definitely be married by 20 or 21. Like, if you wait, you're like so dumb and like you need to get married. Like, that's not a thing. The only thing I would say is that just know that marriage is not just like, oh my God, my husband, my wife. Like, there are struggles that happen in marriages, and I definitely wouldn't say like, oh, get married if you just like somebody or whatever, but like just know that like you have to go through ups and downs and just be prepared for that. Like, that's the only thing I would say. I definitely wouldn't say like, oh my God, I'd suggest getting married young, because that's just weird. The next question, and I already talked to Brendan about this because I just wanted to know, and it was, would you let your kids get married young? Obviously, it would be completely ridiculous for me to be like, oh my God, that's ridiculous for you to get married young to my kids, but I would just make sure that I had to talk with them like my parents had to talk with me about like, do you have the same morals, do you have the same values in life and everything like that, and just make sure that they know that marriage is not just, oh my God, you're my husband, you're my wife. There's actual struggles in marriages. It's not all fun and games. Like, you live together, you have to sleep in the same bed when you're angry with each other, and just everything in between like that. Like, marriage is great. I'm not gonna say like, oh my God, I hate being married. Like, I love it, but like, there are struggles. It's not something that just comes easily. You're with somebody all the time. Like, just think about you with your best friend. You're gonna have up and downs. That's the same with marriages. It's not like two people morph together completely perfectly. Like, there's gonna be struggle. So the next question I got asked is, what's the hardest part about being married young and what's the best part? I think the hardest part is that in the beginning of our marriage, when we would fight and have like little fights, I thought it was the end of the world. I think that was the hardest pill to swallow, that you're going to fight. It's not something that's just like, oh my God, you're in the honeymoon phase forever. Like, that honeymoon phase is going to end. It comes in waves and everything, but it's going to end. Like, you're gonna get in little fights. Like, I think the first fight Brendan and I ever had was that he took the trash out and didn't put another trash bag in. Like, I was like so upset about that. Or like if he leaves the toilet seat up. And then the best part, I think, is just having my best friend to experience life with. Like, Brendan is my best friend, and it's just amazing to even consider that he's my husband. Like, it's so, I don't know, it's so surreal to me that we've been almost married for a year. Like, I like fangirl from my husband. I don't know, I'm crazy. But yeah, I think it's just great that like I'm married to my best friend. Like, I don't know, I just love him so much. The next question is, do you like where you're stationed? obviously I am in San Diego. Like, I love being in San Diego. San Diego's great. I want to live here when I'm older. Like, this, I think this is where we're gonna retire. The only thing that I think I don't like about San Diego is where we pick to live. I would definitely not recommend this area to people. I'm not gonna say it over this, but if somebody's moving to San Diego, don't live here. Like, just don't live here. It's very cost effective, but I can't leave my apartment without my husband, and I can't leave anywhere unless I'm gonna drive somewhere. So, you know, it's just not the best area, but we're kind of just gonna ride it out. Like, we're not gonna move somewhere else because right now there's a virus. We're just gonna renew our lease for the month to month from now on because we've almost lived here for a year, which is crazy. But yeah, I definitely do not like where we live, but I love where we're staying. So the next question I got asked is, what is your husband's #1 pick, and did he get it? So Brendan had absolutely no idea where he wanted to be. He wanted to be on an aircraft carrier, so a bigger ship, but he is on a destroyer, so a very small ship. So yeah, I mean, he never wanted to be somewhere specifically, he just wanted to be on a ship. The next question I got asked is, what do you like about the Navy? I like the job security for my husband. I think that that's the #1, and also the fact that we have healthcare, and honestly, like, I'm very grateful for those things. I think it varies per command, I guess, how well they're treated. I think Brendan is overworked severely, and it is very sad to see him stressed, but overall I'm very thankful for the Navy because obviously I wouldn't be able to live here. We wouldn't really have anything. So the next question I got asked is, what's it like being married to somebody in the military? I think that the hardest part about being married to someone in the military is that they could not be here tomorrow. Like, you can come home tonight and be like, okay, I have to leave for a week, or I have to leave for 2 weeks, or I have to leave for 7 months. Like, different things like that. I think that's the hardest part about being married to someone in the military. Overall, it's kind of just a normal job. It's a normal thing now. Like, it's not something that's like, when he goes to work, he's there for a long period of time, yes, and there's not really an end time for his job. He goes in at 5 a.m. and he could be there until 8 p.m. or he could be there until 3 p.m. or 11 a.m. just like random times. There's not like a normal time that he's home or anything. I think that the hardest part is not being able to plan anything. Like, you really cannot plan a single thing. Like, we have no idea what we're doing next Sunday because we didn't know if he would be able to be home. Like, we still don't really know because they could call him in at any time, but like, it's really hard for us to plan literally anything, and I think it's hard for our families to understand that. Because the last question I got asked is, what made you start a channel? So I started this YouTube channel back in 2011 and I made beauty videos, but I'm gonna talk more about why I restarted my channel. So I have always talked about wanting to be on YouTube forever. Honestly, the only thing that was really pushing me back from doing it, or keeping me back, is that no one was really pushing me forward and like being like, you have to film, you have to do these things, because obviously this is just a hobby. I don't get paid for YouTube. It's a dream of mine to be paid from YouTube because I love doing videos, but like, it's just a hobby. It's not something that like, you have to have a drive for this, and you have to kind of have a support system behind it, especially I do, because I'm the type of person that I need somebody to support me, just to make sure that I don't know. I am the type of person that kind of needs reassurance to things like this, and I am so thankful that my husband pushes me literally every day, being like, did you film today? Did you edit today? Did you upload today? Like, anything like that. He's just great. I'm so happy that I have that push. But the real reason why I made a YouTube channel is because I've always wanted to help people, and just, it is very hard for me to talk in public. I have pretty bad social anxiety, so I know I might come off as confident on here, but it's very hard for me to be socially active in the world. So yeah, this kind of makes me feel better. Like, if I can make one of your days during this video, like, that's just all I can hope for. Yeah, that's the end of my Q&A. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you guys got to know a little bit more about me. But yeah, I will see you guys back here on Wednesday. Bye guys.